It's the CalebDMTG Show.
Yeah, let's give this a spin, huh? See if Birgi does something here. I've been really enjoying this deck lately. It's been an absolute blast. We got cut for Birgi. I cut Helm of Awakening, and I cut the main deck Empty the Warrens and the main deck Draw 7. I also considered cutting a ritual. Cutting like one of the Desperate Rituals would have also been fine too. But because getting Birgi down initially is so mana intensive, I like keeping in the triple Soothing Spirit Guide and the triple Desperate Ritual, which can be filler cards depending on what you're replacing them with. Another thing that you could do is move one bonus round to the sideboard. But I've been liking having the 4 in the main. Hey Toad Brews, thanks for the resub, the 53 months. Toad says, well, too many dollars, but worth it. Hey, thanks, Toad. We played a fun league with Valky earlier. Played a lot of Valky mirrors. It was sweet. Card was cool. Did some stuff. Oh, I meant to get a drink. Should we keep this? Should we keep the no lander? Go for the turn 1. Updating Stream Decker real quick here. I'd like it a little bit better if we were on the play, weirdly enough. Awkward. Well, maybe we'll get to see Birgi do something. If we can't Past in Flames. They're all try-hard versions, Eric Virgo. I have not played a quote-unquote budget version of this deck. Yeah, so you see the difference between being on the play versus being on the draw here for this Jeska's Will is kind of real. I'm just going to pass. The Jeska's Will isn't a ritual. We might as well just pass. Discard Past in Flames, because that's not doing anything anyway. Yeah, you can play it with LEDs, but I'm not sure if that's necessarily better. There's some pros and cons there. I've played multiple leagues with and without them. Crystalline Giant is a little awkward in your Chrome Mox deck, right? Just having artifact threats. The options to discard here are either Jeska's Will, Birgi, or Burning Wish. I think I'm gonna bin Birgi. No, let's bin the Will. Maybe. If we draw like a Seeding Song, then the Birgi becomes good again. Is why I decided to keep it. Well, Will is more than a what's it called? Jeska's Will is more than a ritual. It's also a draw spell, right? Which could be useful for winning the game. So we Desperate Ritual here, play Birgi, play Rite of Flame. Perfect. The perfect card. Do we try and Tendrils them? They're at 16. Just thinking Manamorphose could give me black mana here. I think we do that. I think that works. So we get a 1 mana discount on the Burning Wish, so it's only 1 mana, and then Rite of Flame is plus mana because of Birgi. And then we just have plenty of mana to win with Tendrils here. I don't even know if the Burning Wish was necessary, the extra one. Oh, this is only turn 3, huh? Yeah, our opponent put on quite the clock, forcing us to like combo turn 3 to not die to their lethal. And they had Leyline, right? Leyline with our Past in Flames deck. Like we initially kept our hand because we thought that there was a chance we could win on turn 1, and they dumped their hand, making Jessica's Will like not a ritual. And then they produced a fast enough clock that they would kill us turn 4 if we didn't get something going. And something going we did indeed. Cool. I don't think we change anything here. We could put an Empty the Warrens in. Empty the Warrens. A fast Empty the Warrens could just like make Regisar not look as impressive. Yeah, I want to main deck I want to get a... Oh, maybe we could have Past in Flames, actually. Yeah, if they're playing Leylines, then cutting a Past in Flames makes sense. Cool. Yeah, it's an intuitive cut. The opponent did have a Mecha Godzilla. It's interesting. Do we keep this? I guess we do. This deck's fun. This deck is fun, yeah. One of the main benefits of this deck, as opposed to other forms of Storm combo, is that we don't actually care about Chalice of the Void on 1 very much. We just have the 3 rights in the main deck. It just literally doesn't hit very much in our deck. Right now I'm thinking because we could Empty the Warrens. We could Empty the Warrens right now. For 8 tokens. Is that good enough? Is that enough? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's only 8. I think it's interesting. Dump a whole lot of our hand. I think I'm gonna do it, because they've got that Ancient Tomb that's gonna cost them some life. And like, even if we don't win, it'll like buy us a ton of time. So I maybe don't do this if they don't lead on Ancient Tomb on 1, but I don't know, we'll see. Sure. Yes, they get to eat a goblin, but they also take 2 from their Ancient Tomb. I actually stopped playing Urborg in my mono blacklist because it was too awkward with Opposition Agent too often. Like turning their fetches into swamps that they can like filter with Astrolabe or what have you. It was too much of a non-bow for me. Both cards are obviously good in the deck. Opposition Agent and Urborg. Do I think they run the 3-mana 6/6 Kaldheim God, the one that dies? I think if you're playing 3 mana for a threat, you kind of need your threat to be a threat. Chalice on 0, sure. Chalice on 0 hits exactly Lotus Petal in our deck. So right now they've shut off 7 cards, Rite of Flame and Lotus Petal, between their 2 Chalices. It's a very low rate. You can imagine that if we were playing a typical Storm deck, that would actually hit a lot of our deck, right? A Chalice on 1 and a Chalice on 0, it'd be very hard to win. Or combo. And we almost just don't even care over here. Karn's interesting. Are they gonna get like Bridge or something? Like, are we supposed to clear the Karn? Can they win through their own bridge? Engineered explosives? They didn't get engineered explosives though, they upticked. Helm? Yeah. I mean, Helm's good with Leyline. Why didn't they get Helm there though? I don't know. If I clear the opponent, I don't have to worry about clearing Karn. Yeah, we couldn't quite clear them though. We could only get them to 2 or something. Or 3, I guess. Well, they are playing that God. We don't attack, right? They take 4, go down to 5. We just like wait for one of their blockers to die. The backside is a 1-mana legendary artifact that can, for 3 mana, exile a creature card from your graveyard to draw a card, and it can mill yourself 1 a turn. I think this game's going to come down to whether or not we can find a Burning Wish. We'll see. Well, there's that. they didn't have an Urborg in play, we would have made double black mana, especially after drawing the mountain off the first Metamorphose. Not that it really mattered, right? Like, we could also get Fiery Confluence to also deal them 6. Either way works. Oh, I was gonna get myself a drink. That's right. I keep talking about it. I also need more water. I'm almost out of water, too. Multiple reasons. Alright. Alright. Round 2. Fight. So I actually got to cast Birgi and have it do stuff, so that's cool. That was rewarding. That first game there, we'll get the Zero Lander. I also really liked that match because it showed some of the strengths. Some of the strengths to playing Mono Red Storm, as opposed to other Storm variants. The opponent had a Chalice on 0 and 1 and a Leyline, and it almost hardly even mattered, right? Yeah, I can't keep this one. This one's fine. Maybe we bin the extra ruby. Could bin an extra land too and go turn 1 ruby, turn 2 ruby. And then set up like some kind of a win with Act on Impulse. Depending on how fast you think the opponent might be, that could work out well. Currently we look a little red mana starved if we don't get some ritual action though, so I'm gonna do it this way. Oh man. Yeah, refilled my water of course, like I said I was going to. And then I also grabbed some gunpowder. Some Gunpowder Irish Gin, one of my favorite gins, and some San Pellegrino to mix it with. It's gonna be quite a tasty evening. Force of Will pitching Frantic Inventory. Interesting. Well, this is close to something. The Jessica's Will gives us 5 mana, and then you act on Impulse. Not quite good enough though, huh? Ooh, Splashmore. Nice Ankylosaur. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, quite tasty stuff. Yeah, I think we're just passing here. This is the situation where we wish we had kept on to the, or held on to the second Ruby Medallion, but you never know, right? Interesting. Accumulated knowledge and frantic inventory. Amazing. That's fun. Fuck. Yeah, the unfortunate part of bonus round is that it doubles the opponent's spells too. So Force Negation does eat both Manamorphoses. The good news is that Force Negation isn't going to be eating our Past in Flames, which would be a bummer because then we wouldn't be able to we wouldn't be able to flash it back later. But
Oh shit, what up?
in the end, it was a 2-for-2 trade, right? We played a Jessica's Will in a bonus round. They pitch cast the Force Negation. He denied ET. Denied Eden, thanks to the sub, thanks to the 15 months. Denied says, hey brother, hope you're healthy, body and mind. This is a group I started to have some positive vibes. Well, thanks for the invitation. Can we just fire off and act on impulse here? I think with no land drop, it's actually kind of okay. This can't quite win, right?
Oh shit, what up?
Like we could Seeding Song into Past in Flames, and then what? Yeah, we're a mana short. We're actually like a mana short of having a win here, assuming no counter magic on their part. If we could get the medallion down pre-Seeding Song, it's a lot easier. Maybe we still Seeding Song just to have it in the graveyard for the Past in Flames. I think I like that reasoning. Yeah, they just chose to mill themselves. That's kind of cute. They're milling themselves so that they get more frantic inventories and accumulated knowledges in the graveyard. It's actually adorable. The self-mill on court. Yeah, the game has ended. Yeah. Yeah, there's a pretty clear win in our graveyard. Just flashing back some rituals. Flashback like a ritual, flashback bonus round, flashback the rest of the rituals, and then Jessica's Will and Act on Impulse both see 6 cards. So it's very difficult to brick there, right? Drawing 12 cards with plenty of mana. We're gonna bring in Defense Grid, of course. Really nice to win game 1 against the counter magic deck. Heck of a card, that Past in Flames. If I had to describe how gin tastes to someone who's never tried it before, how would I do so? Well, that's tricky, because, like, gin has a bunch of different flavors, just like whiskey or rum can. But the identifying feature of gin is the botanicals. And there's a couple of different ways you can go about, like you can put like whatever you want in there, but you're gonna have a flavor that's reminiscent of plants. A lot of people that only try one gin decide it's not for them. Will say that it tastes like pine needles. You know, a lot of very common cheap gins have that flavor. But I've had some. But you can have gins from like specific areas that have botanicals specific to those areas with like vastly different flavor profiles, which is kind of fun. It's kind of a lot of fun. You can like taste different parts of the world. Anyway, so that's what gin's about. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was cutting a card. I was cutting cards to these defense grids. We're gonna cut a Birgi. Maybe even 2. I'm gonna cut 1 bonus round. And then we need 1 more cut here. Maybe Spirit Guide. Do we think they're gonna bring in Graveyard Hosers? Past in Flames is like our best card if they don't have a Graveyard Hoser. But if they play like Rest in Peace post board, it gets awkward. Oh, they can't play Rest in Peace. They've got a... Yeah, their whole deck is accumulated knowledges. Alright, let's cut like a Desperate Ritual, I guess. St. George is a pretty terrific brewery for sure. I miss their apple brandy. It's almost like ruined other brandies for me. Like I haven't drank brandy nearly as much. I'm just gonna be chilling for a long time, huh? Making land drops, watching the opponent draw cards. I did know that, yeah, Gorilla King. Yeah, the Oko bug is that if you turn your opponent's like Primeval Titan or Uro into a 3/3 elk, it'll still get the attack trigger. So it's kind of like Oko got a much needed nerf, huh? If you think about it. Yeah, if I find out that a card is bugged. Oh, TSM Alley had the resub, the 26 months. How's it going, Alley? I just recognized your name. We've been interacted on Twitter, right? I think we have. If you're who I'm thinking of. Yeah, so I was saying I usually don't play cards that I know are bugged because I don't want to be seen as like exploiting a bug. But the Oko bug was negative. You know, it makes Oko worse. So I didn't see a real reason not to play with it. I was thinking about saving the Ruby Medallion for next turn and play it off the Ancient Tomb, but I don't know, if they spend mana to answer the Medallion, it's kind of like they're tapping mana. If the opponent's sitting there with 1 counter, and you go like Ritual, Burning Wish, then they're like, well, I'll obviously counter that. But if you lead on Burning Wish, with like a couple of mana floating, they're sitting there with their 1 counter, and maybe they're like, yeah, I'm gonna let that resolve. I think 10's enough for Empty the Warrens. could prime the pump here with like one more Desperate Ritual, but if they do have sweepers, if they do have an answer to the the Warren army here, then I'd rather hold on to the Desperate Ritual so I have one more ritual to try and combo off again. Hey, Super Jivey, thanks for the 44 months. Yeah, the Mountain called Monkey. They played the enchantment, the 1 blue enchantment, where at the beginning of your upkeep, someone can mill 2, but if you're the Monarch, they mill 10. And they were aggressively self-milling to get more accumulated knowledges in their graveyard. It was kind of cute. Correct, Demon Slayer. We are playing some Mono Red Storm here. Whatever the frog avatar is. Yeah, I recognize the art, but I can't quite place it. Yeah, this fucking card. Oh man, we get the Monarch back. All these fucking Monarch triggers. Let's see. We don't have to be trying to combo here, but the Rite of Flame was a juicy draw. Sure. If the Seething Song resolves there, all we do is fire off the other Jessica's Will and see what that gets. Ooh. The random hit. The random fucking hit. Because they milled themselves with Court of Cunning, right? So that was definitely not a setup interaction there. Well, let's see what Counterspell... or Counterbalance, rather. Let's see what Counterbalance has lined up for us. Tundra. Well, that's not quite good enough, is it? Court of Cunning gives them the Monarch and then lets them mill on their upkeep. We have two options with this Burning Wish. We can either grab Reforge the Soul and draw 7, the issue being that we're like priming their counterbalance and potentially drawing them into counters, or we can just cast this Past in Flames, which I think is pretty good. Worst case scenario, we're making another army and they need to find... Who knows how many Terminuses are in their deck, but... Draw 3 cards, why not? And if this one found another Burning Wish or something, it'd probably just be a win. Bonus round. Well, this actually gets countered by Tundra. Lotus Petal. +1 Storm, though. And this Manamorphose is gonna create 2 red and 2 black, just in case we find Burning Wish. Jessica's Will's a great draw. It's a great draw. I'll take another 6 cards, please. If we hadn't found Jessica's Will here... Oh, interesting. If we hadn't found Jessica's Will, we would have been just flashing back Past in Flames, but we can still do that for sure. The Birgi would just be a draw too, which I don't think we need. We're just gonna be flashing back. Oh, it's way more than a draw too, huh? Because we flash back Past in Flames, and we also flash back bonus round, and then the Manamorphose draws another 4 out of the graveyard, right? You almost don't even need the Jessica's Will, but the Jessica's Will is basically drawing the entire deck at this point. Cool, 2040. Not too shabby, huh? Not too shabby. Yeah, this is the first Legacy deck I've actually owned in paper in a while. I was monkeying around. The last time I did a Legacy stream, I was monkeying around, and someone was like, "Wait, how much does this deck cost to put together? Like 500 bucks?" It's like the cheapest Legacy deck that can actually like win games, win leagues, and such. Sweet one. A lot of fun to play too. Are there call time cards in this? Yeah, we're trying out Birgi right now. We've popped off with it once so far. You hope an opponent lets me demonstrate the combo. The combo is just tutoring for tendrils. We've had that already. We've already tendrils somebody. The last hand would have been pretty great if we had a mountain, huh? Hey, Nikanichu MTG, thanks for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. This hand's just a bunch of mana. Need some card draw. Need some card draw about it. Have I treated myself to a lovely gin beverage? You better believe it. I'm not quite in the mood for this track. It goes well. It's great. It's great to hear. Oh, you're responding to somebody else. Still great to hear. Manamorphose is a terrific start to this draw. Oh, this is not a gin and tonic. This is a gin and San Pellegrino. Basically a gin and juice, but with some carbonation in there. I think a lot better than a gin and juice. I don't know, something about just like a little bit of carbonation does a lot for me. Hey Bremner, thanks for gifting a sub to Nikachu MTG. I also like my gin drinks with like a shit ton of ice. super cold, and I don't mind some water melting in there. Bulk makes me a little worried that they just happen to be Sneak and Show. We might not get another turn. The odds of winning off of Manamorphose are pretty small. We could just cast it. The issue with casting Manamorphose is if we draw a bonus round, you know, then you're like not getting an extra card. So I think we just pass here. Give it one more turn, ideally. One more draw, one more card deep. But we did think that we needed to win this turn. We would lead on the Manamorphose, I think.
That's sweet Georgia Brown. Now they all sigh, they wanna die for sweet Georgia Brown. I'll tell you why. Because I don't lie that much. Well, no, it's been said that she knocks 'em dead when she lands in town. Well, said she came, why it's a shame how she fools around. All the fellas that she can't get, all the fellas that she ain't met. Well, Georgia claimed her and also named her sweet Georgia Brown.
Yeah, that can happen. We do get one more turn here. Past in Flames or a draw 3 could potentially do it for us, assuming they don't have a counter, of course, but... Still got plenty of mana. Yeah. Yeah, so we draw Past in Flames, then we draw 2 more. Jessica's Will land. Jessica's Will draws 3 more. And there's a Burning Wish. And yeah, I think Burning Wish is just a win there, huh? Couple cards deeper. Just didn't get like a actual draw spell, huh? I think we still bring in defense grids. I think the opponent's still gonna have forces and such in their deck. What did I do last time? I shaved a bonus round. Aspen Flame stays in, of course. I think a Desperate Ritual. Yeah, Gruck. I mean, if you show people like what we're trying to do, then maybe that helps them learn the deck, right? Huh. I'm gonna keep it. This hand has me a little wary. Potential turn 3 kill, even though we don't draw anything interesting. Just going like turn 2 Birgi, turn 3 Burning Wish for right, cast Seeding Song. Yeah, I thought about not even playing Birgi, just in case they like do another fast show and tell, like last game. And then you put Birgi into play on tap, try and combo. Most of the time they cast show and tell. They're not just like putting in an Emrakul though. Most of the time they're putting in an Omniscience into Emrakul or something. or Grizzlebrand to draw 14 cards towards Force of Wills and such. Literal same thing. God damn it. God damn it. Shows me, huh? Probably would have been a rough time anyway, with them having the... Like, obviously we don't cast the Birgi, they still get to have their Force of Will. But if they show and tell, we put in Birgi, then what do? We cast Burning Wish when it gets countered, we're just short. I was a little hesitant about the hand, just because it wasn't seeming especially explosive.
Because I don't lie that much. Well, now it's been said that she knocks him dead when she lands in town. Since she came,
How often do I Burning Wish for Rite of Flames? Fairly often, actually. That's why it's in the sideboard. Helps you build Storm. Sometimes when you're comboing off with bonus round too, that's like all you're missing. It's just like a fucking ritual. So having Burning Wish being able to get you one is really, really nice. This hand's a turn 2 kill if we draw a red source. Unfortunately, there's just not a ton of red sources in the deck. This is the sort of hand that I would keep on the draw, because then you have 2 draws towards either Seaweed Spirit Guide or a Lotus Petal or Mountain. But only having 1 is rough. Only having 1 draw is rough. Some matchups, they just give you a lot of time. Let's see, we got 10 Mountains, 4 Lotus Petal, and 3 Spirit Guides, so it's like 17. So we're well below 50%. To have the turn 2. But you don't need the turn 2 in a lot of matchups. Spawn of Haster is asking if I saved Jazz Days for Legacy, or is that just a coincidence? I used to watch a lot of Bara streams. And Bara is a streamer that is known for playing a lot of Legacy, playing a lot of Jazz, and so, I don't know, it's got a little bit of a nostalgia. The pairing of Jazz and Legacy has some nostalgia factor to me. Interesting.
Well, every time it rains, and it's from heaven. Don't you know each cloud contains pennies from heaven? Well, you'll find your fortune falling all over town. Well, just make sure that your umbrella is turned upside down. Well, trade it for a package of sunshine and flowers. Oh, if you want the things you love, you gotta have showers. So when you hear it thunder, oh, don't run under a tree. There'll be pennies from heaven for you on me. Well, 'cause every time it rains, pennies from heaven. Oh, don't you know each cloud contains pennies from heaven? Well, you'll find your fortune all over town. Well, just make sure that your umbrella.
So Jessica's Will could draw a 6, but we'd only have 1 red floating. So we would need to hit either a second Lotus Petal or a Rite of Flame, which is pretty low chances. But you're looking at 6 cards, so maybe it's not as low as I'm making out. The other line is we use Jessica's Will for mana. I kind of want to do that because it's funny. You cannot split your Jessicas once you've done the mode. Alright, we're looking at 2 cards. We need like a Burning Wish, a Past in Flames, a Draw Spell. There's a lot of cards. There's a lot of cards that do it. No! We fucking whiffed so hard! Bummer. You think it's still okay? Oh, just because we have the horn in play? It might do something. We'll see. They're playing Slivers. Oh, we could have waited. It's fun to go for the turn 1 kill, though. It was like 50% to hit one of the 3-petal, 3 right, looking at 6 cards. Okay. And we had 3 Jessica's Will, 3 Act on Impulse is 6, and then the 3 Past in Flames is 9, and then 4 Burning Wish brings it to 13. Drawing 2 cards towards the 13. I don't know what that math is, but you're either drawing 6 cards towards one of the 6 towards a 6 outer, or you're drawing 2 cards towards a 13 outer. If you want to do the math, you get 43% for that. Oh no, we should have done the other thing. Oh well. Burning Wish for Past in Flames here. Yeah, maybe.
Turned upside down. Oh, traded for a package of sunshine and flowers. Well, if you
Does cost us 2 life. I think we're dead to a Lord effect next turn regardless, though.
There'll be pennies from heaven for you on me.
Where they don't play a Lord effect. Oh, but we have to tap the Ancient Tomb twice. No, they're only attacking Raid. Oh, they probably have more than 8 Lords, right? Pitch and go for broke. The issue is I'm not sure what we're trying to find with the pitch, right? Because, like, even if we pitch Burning Wish and get a Past in Flames, that doesn't do it for us. Because we don't have a 1-mana ritual in the graveyard. So I think I'm supposed to cast Burning Wish. Or Past in Flames. And just, like, hope they don't have a Lord effect, which is pretty shaky, but it's a line. 12 is dead. Well, they have 8 on board, and we're at 12. So if they 8 us, we'll be at 4 when you tap Ancient Tomb. And you're at 2. Your math has some holes. Lord Effect kills us regardless. Oh, you're talking to chat? Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. I rescind... I apologize and I take back my condescending tone. It was uncalled for. Nah, I called for it. Well... So we Seething Song here, have 5, -4 for Past in Flames. And then we're 1 mana short, right? We would have to Manamorphose. And hit a Ritual. If whatever we hit off Manamorphose didn't do it though, we could like bin it. The reason to like bin Mountain here, I suppose, is that we could find another Seething Song style effect, but there's only 1 more Seething Song in the deck. Does Ruby do it? No, because we'd have to, yeah. Bin Past in Flames? Bidding Past in Flames is like losing a Ritual. It's -1.
She was stretched out on a long white table, so cold and pale lying there. Let her go, God bless her, wherever she may be.
One benefit to bidding the mountain is if you find another mountain.
Wide world over, but you never find a trombone man like me. Hotty, 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 hot.
It's really close. The issue with bidding the mountain is that we don't get to Past in Flames back Manamorphose, which gets 1 card deeper. And this should be a pretty straightforward win, especially with the Horn in play. This is kind of insane after a turn 1 whiff, right? Going for a turn 1 kill and fizzling. I persuaded you that this deck is cool. Oh, good.
I went down to St. James Infirmary, and I saw my baby there. She was stretched out on a long.
Yeah, I guess we just have a win here.
So cold and pale lying there. Let it go, God bless her.
One of the really cool things about Burning Wish
She may be,
and having a Rite of Flame in the sideboard, it's not relevant here, but sometimes you have
but you'll never find a big drummer.
sometimes you have a doubler card going, and then having Burning Wish able to get a ritual and a payoff is really, really nice.
Is she hot or is she cold? Now we about to finish this show.
Yeah, so this makes me pay 1 more for each Tendrils, right? Well, we have plenty of mana. We just have like gobs of mana, right? We can pay the 10. Different strengths and weaknesses. X star. different strengths and weaknesses between this deck and like Ad Naus and stuff. Obviously, we're not playing with Brainstorm, right? That's a pretty big mark in the con column, right? In your Storm deck. So I wouldn't make the claim that this deck is better than Ad Naus or TES. But it does have some strengths. We don't really care about Chalice the Void very much, unless they get it down on like 2, you know? Usually people are playing Chalice on 0 or 1.
Oh shit, what up?
We have a fairly robust mana base. We don't care about like Blood Moon and Wasteland. Regular Storm doesn't care about those cards a ton, but they care about it a little. We don't care about those cards very much. Anyway. Not gonna do any sideboarding here. Hey, Ninewalker, thanks for the sub. Thanks for 44 months. I think we can keep this hand on the draw. How's Birgi felt? Birgi's been decent. I don't know if I want 2 or 3, but Birgi's been certainly decent. We've played the front side and the back side. It was packing. It was done. This hand could certainly fizzle, right? What if we just don't find a red source? Oh, there's a red source. Never mind, we win. Alright. Last round, let's go. Horn was nuts there. Yeah, I mean, we had an Ancient Tomb and a Horn. After we, like, fizzled with our first combo. Yeah, I think that's part of it, Mr. Beccanito, is that they just, like, had to sit there and... Well, we comboed twice, right? Because we comboed, fizzled, and then comboed again to kill them. And then game 2, we just, like, kept our opener. And I just went off it. We lost to Hagak. 0-2. Oh, no, that was Sneak and Show. I'm sorry, I was thinking of a different league. Yeah, Sneak and Show got us. They went turn 2, Show and Tell, and Emrakul twice. With some counter magic, and our draws were not amazing. The second game, I think they actually went like turn 1 Grafdigger's Cage. Turn 2 Show and Tell Emrakul. After Force of Willing my turn 2 play. Which is pretty strong. Are there any cards that I'm up on thanks to Kaldheim? You mean cards from Kaldheim that I like? I mean, I'm playing Birgi in this deck. I like Birgi in a few different formats. I actually pre-ordered some Kaldheim cards, which I very rarely do. But I pre-ordered the Dragon at 15, and I pre-ordered Vorinclex at 30. I think there's not going to be very much of this product opened. And then Kaldheim's going to be legal for a while. People will eventually need those cards, right? And Vorinclex in particular is like an EDH card and a standard staple. I think a lot of people slept on it in terms of it being a standard staple, which kept the pre-order price down. Which art? I just got the normal art. It was just for my own personal use, so I didn't spend the big money bags. But if you were gonna buy it with the intention of unloading them, then the alt art would make sense for the EDH players, huh? I don't know. I just don't know. I think we send this back. This is the sort of hand that could win through, like, infinite disruption if the opponent was doing that. But it's so slow, right? It's so slow. Do I think we'll have Paper Magic this year? Yeah, not GPs, but I think, like, store events will be back in the fall. What was I doing? I was figuring out if I like this hand. I guess I'll keep. I do hate mulliganing on the play. Yeah, for sure, Mind Whiz. For sure. Yeah, rough keeping this hand not knowing the matchup, for sure. Okay. Having a couple basics to not get wastelanded is kind of nice. Next turn I'll probably jam Jessica's Will into a daze. I need to say Wizards of the Coast Commando. He's probably just gonna eat a daze, and that's totally fine. Force Will, love it. They flipped with Brainstorm. And they exiled the Preordain. Well, dang, huh? The second force. After the Jessica's Will resolved, then the Seething Song was Daze Proof, and then we bonus round into Manamorphose also being Daze Proof. So they needed to have another hard counter there to prevent us from popping the fuck off. Right now we need, like, almost has to be Seething Song here. I'm thinking about just, like, firing off Manamorphose. We could act on Impulse just to try and hit a land. It was a little rough. Ooh, let's put that one. Oh, they just bolt it. It doesn't do anything. Fuck. I guess they're not bolting my face. Gains 3 life, yeah. Getting 3 life is potentially real,
Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Bailey. Bill, what's happening? That's right. Now we want you to know.
I think our only live draw here is Seething Song, though. Seething Song, bonus round, Manamorphose. Then hopefully drawing another Ritual.
And they were very happy too, and very much in love. He'd wake up in the morning, he'd say, "Good morning, dear, I love you." She'd fix himself.
They could have killed me. Oh, by chain lightning my face. Attack, flashback, bolt. Yeah. Now that would have done it, huh?
Good night, dear. I love you.
Glad you're enjoying it, Overwood. Glad you're enjoying the tunes.
Well, everything was fine, wonderful, and blissful until one night, Bill stayed out late, went to a jazz club, and got struck by lightning.
Well, they did just ponder, but yeah, we just gotta lead on this, huh?
Hearing English and thought he was speaking English. Everything sounded funny, like this.
Can they find another counter? Do they have counter number 3 here? They can. Alright. Fair enough. Fair enough. Sometimes that's how it goes.
You may have enjoyed that, and you may understand.
3 forces in your top. I mean, a Daze would have done it too, right? A Daze also would have done it, so we can't be too salty about the 3rd force. We can't be too salty about the 3rd force. Unrelated, I'm gonna mute.
She went out to that jazz club. You sound like you've been taking on drinking. Have you been drinking?
Water.
Yeah, water, huh? Mm-hmm. Well, she loved him so much. She said that she would forgive him if he would.
All right, enjoying the jazz, enjoying some nice legacy here. Enjoying some nice legacy. Very relaxing evening. Yeah, the important thing is to not tilt, folks. The important thing is to not tilt. Think about the next round. Think about what you want to be doing in the match. Everybody has a right to draw well, right? Everybody has a right to draw well. You're gonna lose those draws at some point. I kind of like keeping the spirit guides in. Pay for random dazes and such. You know, it's kind of ritual, maybe.
Well, sir, you know what she said after she asked for I love you? She got that long, drawn out. She said, "Get out, pack your things and go." Bill ain't had nothing but fine to come, so he packed it up. He went on. A week went by and she started to miss him. She said, "You know, I love him, but I can't understand a word he says. I'll think about it." Well, 2 more weeks went by. She realized she loved him. She couldn't spend another day without him. She called him on the phone. She said, "Bill, please come home. I'll do the washing, the cooking, pay the rent, shine your
Wasn't
shoes,
bolt
whatever."
plus attack only 7? Well, they played a bolt from their hand, so they bolt my face, right? And then they flashback bolt, and that's 6. And then Delver makes it 9.
Bill sing in the shower and sing walking, dancing through the hall. She actually started to like it, understand it, and sing along. And people would come from miles around, I mean miles around, just to pass in front of their house and hear them singing over morning coffee. And I'll tell you, it's hard to explain, but we'll try to demonstrate it as best we can. Bill's house, about 6 a.m. in the morning. Here we go.
Pretty strong. That was the issue with this hand, right? Is if they counter the turn 1 Ruby Medallion, it makes it much harder for us to combo off. If they don't have force though, like they can't daze it. Obviously.
Remember that rainy evening when I get you at home? I with nothing but a pint.
Might be our best chance to go off here, is like just jamming Jessica's Will, hoping we get 5 mana and then act on Impulse, and then act on Impulse can hit a land. The other benefit of doing that line is that when they daze us, we get to concede and move on with our sweet lives.
Oh shit, what up?
So a couple benefits here. Hey Redbriar, thanks for the sub, thanks for the 7 months. Alright. It's good enough for me, friend. We only have 3 cards in hand after double forces. Maybe we should still be playing this. 1 land in play, 3 cards in hand. We were only on 2 cards, but even still, might have been correct to keep going. Still, nice little league there. Nice little pleasant league. Got to combo off with Birgi a few times. That was fun. 5 forces in a row. Yeah, right? Yeah. It's a good thing I never tilt. It's a good thing I never tilt, right? Sometimes your opponent has 5 forces.